G'day, welcome to Shop Talk 11. In this one, I'm just roughly talking about the abandonment of devices at your store. So, what do you find worse than a non-payer is a non-communicator. I find the biggest thing that I don't like is when people either leave something here or they have a small debt and they refuse to communicate you. It might be a $20 debt and they're not talking to you at all. So, oh no, I don't want to talk to them, don't want to talk to them about it. That's the worst possible thing you could do if you have some debt to a company, to an individual, is stop communicating with them. Even if the fact of, sorry, I don't have the money right now, I'm trying to get it, I'll have it next week, next fortnight, next month, I can't afford it right now. Bam, you're upfront with the people, they know that you actually have it on your mind that you're going to come back, or you still have that debt. Granted, having debt's not really a good thing. Personally, I avoid it. I pay bills as soon as I get them. I don't like any form of credit. I want to know how much I have and how much I owe, which is generally $0. For example, this one here, I've got a S7 Edge. It's been repaired now 12 months ago. So 12 months ago, a person came in. It was around about a $300 Australian dollar repair, and dropped it in. Said, yep, here's the phone, fix it please, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow came, next month came, next week, or half a year, and I've messaged them now at least 4 times, all of which stating, I've got your phone, it's been repaired, it's this amount to repair it, no response. Called them, no answer. I've just sent it through a text message today saying if you haven't contacted me by, I think it was the 8th of December, or actually no, it was 8th of September, we're past that date now, and if they haven't contacted me within a week, it's going to be sold. Or it's going to be sold to recoup the costs of that repair. So either A, I can strip it down for parts, but being it's an S7 Edge, there's probably a very rare chance I'm actually going to need another one of these screens, as I believe at the time I specifically ordered this part for this repair. So at this point I'll be selling that phone, more than likely attempt to sell it at the repair cost, which was $300 Australian dollars, but I may have to sell that at part cost to at least recoup my money on that particular item. That's the same with quite a few other things. I've got a few Windows Surface RT tablets that have been here now. They've been here over a year and a half, and no contact from the owners. Granted, at the time, the last communication I had with them was saying that the repair was not going well. It's unlikely I could reinstall Windows RT on their device. And they said, yeah, whatever, keep trying. And then that was about the last I heard from them. I've contacted them a few times since. And the biggest annoyance is it fills up shelves essentially the shelving area for the repaired jobs. So now I have a bit more stuff sitting there that shouldn't really be there. It's been there for too long. Granted, the store does also have a usually unenforced policy of $40 for items kept here, $40 extra storage fee for any items kept over here longer than 3 months. Granted, once you get to 12 months, it's very rare to actually see the people again. I do have a couple of rare cases. For example, one customer, they were originally from New Zealand, they live in the area. They went home during, I think, the second lockdown. They went back to New Zealand to visit some family, and they haven't been able to get back since. I said, do you want to leave a contact phone number, an email, any form of things? And they said, no, we'll be back, we'll be right. So that is probably one that I will hold on to, as I do believe they'll probably pop up randomly once the international travel resumes, and they'll be going, oh yeah, how'd the laptop go? And that is one I'll probably keep, as that is a very rare case. Granted, we're someone that lives one town over, one suburb over, and they just refuse to respond to any form of contact, I'm only be doubtful they're coming back. Granted, you've got to check up your area to see how long you legally have to hold on to items. Some places say 3 months, other places say 6. I find 12 months from the point of repair to be completely valid. I believe that's also a legal thing in Australia as well. I'll need to double check that one, but I'm almost dead certain it's less than 12 months. I do know you have to have multiple attempts of contacting the people or the owner and give them the opportunity to be informed that their device is here and it has been repaired, please collect it. So, granted, some of the stuff that I've got, if I bring the camera over, I've had for a little while now, and some of it is old jobs that weren't feasible. So for example, if we look up here, we have a whole stack of old dead laptops. Granted, some of these are just donations to me. People just said, yep, will you take it? And I say, yep, sure thing. A few of those up there are laptops that have just been here, brought in, and they're not a viable repair. If it's not a viable repair, then they would just go, okay, just scrap it. Just scrap it, just take it, use what you can from it. We don't need it anymore. But granted, there's a few dead main boards in there, a few that are just too far gone. Might be a Toshiba laptop from 2010, dead hard drive, damaged charger port, screen hinge failed. It's just not worthwhile repairing. And they'll just go, yep, just get the data off it and dispose of it. So they'll typically just get thrown in the spare parts pile until they no longer have any quality spare parts, and then they'll move on to e-waste from there. So, little policies like having a storage fee does promote your customers to come back sooner. Also, making sure you have their correct contact details is valid. I do find that text messaging is the best way to be able to communicate with people, or email, even potentially Facebook, as depending on where you advertise, that may be another avenue. But I find previously I was chasing people up by giving them a phone call, which people are hard to contact. People don't want to be contacted that way. People are working, people are busy. Where a simple text message, you might know they've got it, but there's a high chance that they have, especially if they've given you the correct phone number. And there they can either respond to it at their own leisure or come down to pick up the machine. So, yeah, be on the lookout for abandoned hardware. Granted, some people might be coming back in for a 5-year-old phone, but if they've just dropped off a brand new iPhone 13 for a screen repair, I'm pretty sure they're going to be back in. But sadly, those are pretty unrepairable at this point in time. Let's say an iPhone XS Max, which is another phone that I've had here for an extended period of time. Multiple contact, haven't heard back. Granted, that one's probably, it's about 2 months, and then it's going to be 12. In 2 months' time, it's going to be 1 year that this phone has been here for. And I've multiple attempts trying to call them. No arrangements have been made. So I'm going to, as I've mentioned in the message, I've considered that abandoned as well. Right, that turned into a bit of a ramble, but I'll catch you guys later. See yous.